I'm Roman Yossi of the Nashville Predators.
I'm Matt Duchesne of the Nashville Predators.
I'm Justus Aros of the Nashville Predators.
I'm Ryan Johansson of the Nashville Predators.
You're listening to the Renegades of Puck
with Crazy Charlie.
Welcome to the bunker. Welcome to the Renegades of Puck podcast. I'm your host and captain, Crazy Charlie Saunier, and before we get to the no half step in hockey coverage, let me direct you to our home website, renegadesofpuck.com. Once you go to that home website, you'll learn everything you need to know about the show, and once you're done getting educated, you can click on that merchandise tab. Then you'll find the classic logo t-shirt, the Pride logo t-shirt, and all of the other special event t-shirts that you have come to know and love from the Renegades of Puck. And we also have the gimmicks. They're still there. Socks, wall art, throw pillow. You can outfit your entire home, your entire body, or both by going to the Renegades of Puck online store. Stick taps. We sure would appreciate anyone who picks up some Renegades of Puck merchandise. We've sold out so that you can buy in. Social media is of critical importance to this operation here, and we sure would appreciate if you could give us a follow, a like, a subscription, or pass along a link or two on any of the following platforms. Please, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. That's where you can find the Renegades of Puck. You can also find us on YouTube and Twitch. You can find us on the audio streaming platforms of Stitcher, of Google, of Spotify, of Amazon, and a number of other platforms. You can find the Renegades of Puck everywhere. It doesn't take you but a second. It doesn't cost you a penny, so please help us out. It goes a long way to helping the Renegades of Puck. Venmo is how you become a partner of the Renegades of Puck and how you can help sponsor the show. Thanks to generous Renegades just like you watching this program right now, you can see the upgrades for your very selves that you have helped make. The microphone, the lighting, the camera itself. You can see, you can hear, you can experience all of the upgrades that have been made thanks to generous partners in Renegades just like yourselves. Again, stick taps, love, and respect. Now, it's time to get to the no half step in hockey coverage, so let me deliver the goods. It's time for operation number 689. That's right, show number 689 for the Renegades of Puck. And at this moment in hockey history, the Nashville Predators currently find themselves in 6th place in the Central Division. They've played 29 games. They have a record of 12, 13, and 4, so they are back under 500. They have 28 points. That has them 3 points behind the 5th place St. Louis Blues, 6 points behind the 4th place Colorado Avalanche, 8 points behind 3rd place Minnesota, 13 points behind 2nd place Winnipeg, and 14 points behind the 1st place Dallas Stars. The Nashville Predators currently slipping in the standings, now competing in the bottom third of the division. The Arizona Coyotes only 4 points behind the Nashville Predators in 7th place, and the Chicago Blackhawks down there in last place, 10 points behind the Nashville Predators. Same amount of games played between the bottom 3 teams within the division. So for the Nashville Predators, it is not a very good first 29 games of the season. On home ice, the Preds have a record of 7-5-2, and that's where their next game will take place. They have 72 goals for on the season, 90 goals against, a minus 18 goal differential, and the Nashville Predators' next opponent at Bridgestone Arena will be the final game of the regular season series between the Nashville Predators and the Edmonton Oilers. And yes, it is the same Edmonton Oilers that were just in on December the 13th. We'll go back and recap the entire season series. Again, third and final meeting between these two Western Conference teams this season, unless for the Nashville Predators, they unfortunately end up in a best of 7 against this Oilers team. Not a good matchup. Let's recap. Back on November the 1st, Nashville Predators fell in Edmonton 7-4. Draisaitl 5 points in that game. McDavid 4 points in that game. And again, what's going to sound a lot like a repeat, we go to December the 13th. We switch the game to Bridgestone Arena. This time the score 6-3 in favor of Edmonton, but Draisaitl again 5 points. McDavid again 4 points. So the Oilers this season against the Nashville Predators are 2-0, and they've outscored the Preds 13-7, and Draisaitl has 10 points. McDavid has 8 points. So they have 18 points combined between them, and they have just been an unstoppable force the entire era that they've been together against this Nashville Predators team. So I am not very hopeful. As a matter of fact, my outlook is quite bleak going into this next game on Monday night. Draisaitl and McDavid have just had their way with the Nashville Predators and have just been completely unstoppable. Now, once the Nashville Predators wrap up this game against the Edmonton Oilers, Wednesday they will be in Chicago to take on the Blackhawks. Friday, back home to face off against the Colorado Avalanche, and then the Christmas break of 4 days. Pick things back up on the 27th of December when the Nashville Predators will welcome in Dallas. On the 30th of December, the Nashville Predators will be in Anaheim. They'll close out this year's schedule and calendar in Vegas against the Golden Knights on New Year's Eve. Now, for the Edmonton Oilers, they come into Bridgestone Arena with a record of 17-14-1, 35 points on the season. That's 4th in the Pacific. On the road, they have a record of 8-6, a +5 goal differential, and they have won their one and only game at Bridgestone Arena so far this year. Let's go back and take a look at the most recent stretch, which would be the last 5 games for the Oilers. On the 9th of December, a 5-2 victory versus the Minnesota Wild. They followed that up with a 2-1 loss at the Minnesota Wild. On the 13th of December, a 6-3 victory at the Nashville Predators. On the 15th of December, a 4-3 shootout loss versus the St. Louis Blues. And on the 17th, their most recent game, a 4-3 loss versus the Anaheim Ducks. Now, taking a look inside the NHL ranks in the matchup between these two teams. In goals for, of course, the Edmonton Oilers are just going to blow the Nashville Predators away. In stats, that is 3.59 per game is 5th best in the NHL, 2.41 for the Nashville Predators. And if you've been watching these last several games in this losing stretch of 6 now, you would know that finding the way to 2.41 has been almost impossible on most nights. That's 29th overall in the NHL. The Preds are giving up 3.07 goals per game against. That's 16th in the NHL, while Edmonton's giving up 3.41 per game. That's 22nd in the NHL, but with the offense that they have, they can easily overcome giving up 3.41 goals per game. Shots on net, the Nashville Predators are only generating 29.7 on net per game. That's 23rd in the NHL, while Edmonton is 12th best in the league, generating 32.2 shots per game. Edmonton gives up 32.7 against. That's 24th, but again, another metric where they easily overcome by the high-powered offense that they have. The Preds cannot overcome a high-powered offense, and they are 27th in shots against, giving up 33.1 against. And the special teams matchup could not be more dramatically different in the power play. First overall for the Edmonton Oilers, 38 conversions out of 119 opportunities, 31.9% on the season. The Nashville Predators are 31st overall in the NHL, one spot from dead last, only converting 15 of 104 times on the season, 14.4%. It is putrid. On the penalty kill, the Nashville Predators do rank higher than the Edmonton Oilers, but that does not nearly make a difference. But I give you the facts here. 19th in the leagues with the Preds are ranked 77.2% on all of their kills. They've given up 23 power play goals against on the season. The Edmonton Oilers are rated 25th overall in the NHL in the penalty kill. They've killed 73%. They've given up 33 power play goals against. Now, for the Nashville Predators, there are still some injuries on the defense core. Good to see Luzon back in the lineup. McDonough looks like about 1 week, maybe just a little bit more away. We'll get an update about Alex Carrier here when the Nashville Predators come back from their road trip. And Borowiecki, we've not received an update in weeks on him, so he is still listed on injured reserve, and I anticipate he probably will remain there probably for the rest of the season. Now, every one of these teams, the NHL, has high-powered individual statistics, but this is simply no comparison between the Edmonton Oilers and the Nashville Predators. I'll give you the Nashville Predators numbers first, because everyone I'm going to give you on the Oilers would be outscoring and leading the Nashville Predators in scoring. So let's start on the Nashville Predators side of the ledger. Philip Forsberg leads the Preds in scoring, 9 goals and 16 assists for 25 points on the season. Matt Duchene has 7 goals and 16 assists, now at 23 points. The captain, Roman Josi, had 6 goals and 17 assists for 23 points. Mikhail Granlund, 4 and 15 for 19. Ryan Johansson, 8 and 8 for 16 in net. UC Saros, 9 and 4, a 9-11 save percentage, a 2.84 goals against average. And now these numbers are just stunning, staggering, whatever it is you want to use as your adjective to try to make it sound just even more impressive. It does not do it justice. It's simply incredible. Connor McDavid already this season, 28 goals, 34 assists, 62 points on the season. Leon Draisaitl right behind him, 21 goals, 33 assists, 54 points on the season, 10 of those 54 coming against this Nashville Predators team, and there's no reason to think that they're not going to feast on this Nashville Predators team again. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, 15 and 21 for 36. Hyman, 14 goals, 20 assists, 34 points, and Barry at 4 and 21 for 25 in net. Skinner, 9-8 and 1, a 9.15 save percentage, and a 2.83 goals against average. The Nashville Predators are walking into a buzzsaw. They're feeding themselves into the wood chipper feet first. They're walking out into traffic without looking, whatever it is you want to say. This does not look like it's shaping up very good for the Nashville Predators at Bridgestone Arena. Losers of 6 in a row. Momentum sliding the wrong way in every single metric, every direction. You can see it's beginning to wear on this team. You can see it on the faces. You can see the dejected nature of the players as these games are coming to an end. The Nashville Predators are about to walk into a buzzsaw against the Edmonton Oilers for the 3rd time this season. The only question now is, will Draisaitl get 5 points for the 3rd game in a row against this team this year? Nothing else is in doubt. I say you can't just walk out to center ice and throw down the rosters and declare a winner. Well, in this situation, you can walk out there and throw the stat sheets down and go ahead and declare a winner. The Edmonton Oilers are going to blow the Nashville Predators out at their home rink on Monday night, and it's unfortunate to see, but it is perhaps the next step in what will force change coming in the new year for this Nashville Predators team. That gets you all set up for the Nashville Predators and the Edmonton Oilers at Bridgestone Arena on a Monday night. Rebirth Sports, check out their work, rebirthsports.com, or find them on social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Very easy to find them, and they're very interactive, very good people, and I certainly love having a partnership with that crew. You see me wearing the Renegades of Puck home jersey right here in the bunker. You see me wearing the road jersey, the third jersey, just last night skating with the Mighty Drunks here in Middle Tennessee in the Middle C Division. Got a chance to pull on the red, white, and blue Rebirth Sports Mighty Drunks jersey. Good looking threads out there at the rink. Got asked multiple times, where did that jersey come from? And I had to tell them, of course, because I love having the conversation. Came from Rebirth Sports. Sure to appreciate them. They take visions, make them reality, and they are certainly not jersey makers. They are hockey tailors. So check out their work, rebirthsports.com. It's now time for the Rebirth Sports full game recap. We go all the way back to December the 17th, the year 2022, when the Nashville Predators were in Denver, Colorado to take on the Avalanche, and John Hines deploys his hodgepodge of lines in the following way: Forsberg, Johansson, and Duchesne, Niederreiter, Glass, and Sissons, Smith, Jankowski, and Granlund, Trennan, Parson, and Janot, your defensive pairings, Yossi and Gross, Ekholm and Fabro. Welcome back to the lineup from injury. Luzon and Gravel also makes up your third defensive pairing. UC Saros gets the start at net, 126 into the game in Denver. Georgiev comes up with a save on Parson, and at close range, it's the first shot on goal of the game. 3:15 of the first period, UC Saros comes up with a save on Nichushkin from the low slot. It was the first save of the game for UC Saros. Very low event hockey would unfold over the next several shifts. Lots of block shots, some good physical plays. As a matter of fact, some big bone-crushing hits in the corner and along the walls. But that would be all that we would have. At 11:36, Georgiev comes up with a save on Gravel's long shot through traffic. At 12:03, Johansson hits the iron. 13:59, Gross off to the box, 2 minutes for hooking. It was the chicken wing play, and he got suckered into it and was the victim, but he's still off to the box. Nichushkin would hit the post on the back door, had the wide open net, but could not convert. The Preds would survive the Avs' pressure. 17:41 in the first period, Georgiev comes up with a save on Fabro, with Johansson crashing the net hard. Johansson doing a good job on this play. 19:45 in the first. Rantanen goes to the box, 2 minutes for slashing. We'd hit the end of the first period. The Preds outshooting the Colorado Avalanche 10-8. Carryover of the power play, 1 minute 45 seconds onto the clean sheet, but it would be the Colorado Avalanche that would have the best chance short-handed against the Nashville Predators. UC Saros would have to come up with a big save. 4:52 of the second period, Cogliano's out to the box, 2 minutes for tripping. Nashville Predators back on the power play, another opportunity. That's where Georgiev is stopping Niederreiter at the top of the crease. 7:52, Trennan's now off to the box, 2 minutes for holding. UC Saros comes up with a save on Makar. We see a scrum after the whistle. A little bit of emotion from the Nashville Predators penalty killers, but right after that, we see Rantanen converting for his 21st goal of the season. He goes glove side snipe, and he had all day to pick his spot and shoot it, and he can absolutely convert at will. 1-0 in favor of the Colorado Avalanche in halfway through this game. 10:57 of the second period, UC Saros comes up with a save on Taves. 11:08, Saros comes up with a glove save on Cale Makar. 13:28, Saros comes up with a save on O'Connor after Jankowski's terrible turnover. 14:01 of the second period, Johansson's off the box, 2 minutes for tripping in the offensive zone. An incredibly lazy penalty right here. He stopped skating, he reached out with the stick, and you end up in the box whenever that type of thing happens. Saros comes up with a save on Nichushkin's jam ×2 ×3, and then has to come up with a save on Taves later on in the PK. The Preds are able to survive because at 18:41, Georgiev comes up with a save on Forsberg through traffic. 19:11, Georgiev again, a save on Yossi. Sissons couldn't get to the rebound. The D was good on support, taking Sissons physically out of the play. 19:45, just 15 seconds to go in the second period. It's Newhook's 7th goal of the season, giving the Colorado Avalanche a 2-0 lead. It was a turnover that led to a 2-on-1 rush and a conversion for the Avs. The Preds were generating some good pressure over the final 2 minutes of the period, but they go ahead and turn all that momentum back over and a whole lot more as we at the end of the second period. You know how we talk about goals in the first minute, last minutes of periods right here? They are just momentum swinging, momentum killing goals. And for the Colorado Avalanche, they took all the momentum the Preds were building at the end of the period and go into the locker room out shooting the Preds 20-19 after 40 minutes, and they hold a 2-0 lead. Out on the clean sheet for the third period and 3:25 in, Matt Duchene's 7th goal of the season makes it interesting because suddenly the Nashville Predators have scored a goal, and that is interesting because we don't see it very often right now. Colorado has a 2-1 lead now in the third period. It was a bar down shot from the low circle off of his own rebound. Matt Duchene doing a nice job right there. Nino Niederreiter does pick up an assist in this situation, so Duchene's 7th goal of the season. 9:39 of the third period. Now Saros comes with the save on Rodriguez off the rush. 11:09 Saros a save off Comfer. 13:03 Georgiev turns Niederreiter's jam to the side. 15:46 Saros comes with a save on Rodriguez's spin-o-rama. 19:23 with the empty net. Georgiev comes with a save on Forsberg's one-timer with traffic. And 19:28 Cal McCarr throws the puck length of the ice for the empty net goal, his 7th of the season, giving the Avs a 3-1 lead over the Nashville Predators, and that would be your final score. Colorado would outshoot Nashville 30-26 in this game. So the Nashville Predators came in and put up yet another good game in net and yet another good game on the defensive side of things, and also yet put up another terrible game on the power play and another putrid game on the offensive side of things. Listen, that's a remarkable job holding the Colorado Avalanche to 2 goals and then a third empty net goal there at the very end. But they did a really good job defensively in playing 5-on-5 hockey. They just can't put the puck in the net, and their special teams play, their power play especially, is just putrid. It's pretty disgusting to watch at this point, but I'm not going to spend all of my emotional fuel and capital and getting upset at game 29 about this. We have so many more games to cover, and for the Nashville Predators, if they don't start turning things around, there's going to be changes, and we'll be talking about a whole different series of events happening in the near future. So for the Nashville Predators, this was a game where they were within striking distance in the third period, but because they have no offense, because their power play cannot convert on anything, they failed to pick up a point. They failed to make it to overtime, and they dropped their 6th game in a row. The Nashville Predators have to find some way to gain some momentum, and unfortunately, the Edmonton Oilers in their next game is just not the game where it's going to happen. Prove me wrong. Listen, I'd be more than happy to come on here and talk about a breakdown analysis and eat some crow and say, you know what, I was wrong. The Preds stepped up and they just really handed it to the Oilers. I have nothing, no shred of evidence other than being a myopic Nashvillian to say that the Nashville Predators have a good chance of defeating the Edmonton Oilers in that game on Monday night, the way the Nashville Predators are currently playing and the way that they have played against the Edmonton Oilers in recent history. There is not a shred of reasoning or evidence to suggest that the Nashville Predators are even going to be competitive against this Edmonton Oilers team. So go ahead, Preds, win by 5 and prove me wrong, and I'll take this clip and I'll run it over and over again, and I'll say I was wrong every time. How can I possibly be wrong when Draisaitl's going to score 5 points alone against you on Monday night? That's the Rebirth Sports full game recap. Nashville Predators dropped their 6th game in a row. They had opportunities, but they can't put the puck in the net. Strong Style Fitness is a great partner here of the Renegades of Puck, and we love our partners. Strong Style Fitness can be found online, social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Instagram is their preferred method of communication when it comes to social media. StrongStyleFit.com is where you can find the website. 150 workouts by a certified personal trainer, completely free to each and every one of the Renegades of Puck. Just go to YouTube and search Strong Style Fit, and you'll be able to find those, whether it's your first step off the couch, your first workout, or you've been at it for years. Tracy has a workout that is designed and dedicated to each and every one of you out there. She just wants to get you moving and get you motivated and keep you healthy. She has provided all of these workouts on her YouTube channel completely for free. So Renegades of Puck, in a world that is becoming increasingly more expensive every day, take advantage of an opportunity to have the Renegades of Puck personal trainer at Strong Style Fitness. Great partner here of the show. UC Saros 27 out of 29. His numbers are going up. 911 save percentage, 2.48 goals against average. Those numbers are consistently and quietly improving. Guess what the rest of the team in the standings and the statistics are doing? They are sinking, sliding, dropping, almost plummeting over the course of the last couple of weeks. So none of this can be blamed on UC Saros. He is playing otherworldly hockey right now, and his numbers are reflecting that. He put together another strong performance against the Colorado Avalanche tonight in Denver. Now, Matt Duchene, he picked up a goal. Hey, that was nice. it was nice to see one of the Preds' 40 goal scorers from last year put the puck in the net. It was nice to see the Predators get a goal in the game. I'm struggling to understand how they're even getting to 2.41 goals per game at this point and as of late. It was nice to see Matt Duchene score a goal, and hopefully this is the beginning of more to come. But again, it's been a highly inconsistent season so far, only his 7th goal in the 29th game of the year, far behind his pace from last year. No, I was not anticipating a follow-up 40-goal season, but I was anticipating a typical Matt Duchene season where he, puts the puck in the net on somewhat of a regular basis. The defense, the defense is doing great. You go back and look at these last stretch of games, and aside from the Edmonton Oilers, which the Nashville Predators, it didn't matter. They had no chance against the Oilers. The fill-in defensemen have done a great job, and this is a positive. There's so much negativity. I want to pull this positive thread right out for conversation. The Preds defenders have been doing an incredible job. They've been playing physical. They've been blocking shots. They've been taking care of the net front area. UC Saros has not had nearly as much traffic or as difficulties, and they've been doing a much better job just in general and period. And to see Luzon back in the lineup now, this is good. McDonough going to be back in the lineup here for the Preds soon. Now, if their offense can start putting the puck in the net, the goaltending and the defense seems to be in a very, very solid spot right now. And the Preds are learning some things about some defensive prospects that I'm not sure that they were aware of. And we'll talk about that a little bit more in upcoming episodes for sure. And you know what? I found a couple of positive threads to pull on right there, but there's 2 gigantic negative knots that I have to address, and it's an every episode thing now, and it's an every game thing, and it's becoming just overbearing to have to talk about it all the time. The offense is terrible. The power play stinks, and everybody knows it. It's all anybody talks about, yet there is nothing being done to fix it or to solve it. You can keep telling me you're going over in practice, you're throwing out different combinations, you get the job done. None of this other crap matters. Put the puck in the net. You cannot win hockey games without scoring goals. It is as simple as that. It doesn't matter. The best goaltending in the world can only keep a coach's job safe for so long, and we're starting to witness that with our very own eyes right here with this Nashville Predators team. UC Saros is playing incredible right now. It's putrid. They stink. They're terrible. The offense for this team is non-existent, and they have to find a way to turn it around and get it done because the forecast is bleak. The Edmonton Oilers coming in here, the Preds playing against the Avalanche again, playing against Dallas, here soon Vegas in the next stretch of games, and it never gets easy. There's no such thing as a get-right game for a team that's barely hanging on to 6th place in the Central Division. The Nashville Predators have an incredibly difficult schedule and road ahead of them, and the forecast is looking pretty damn bleak. In this Edmonton Oilers game, it could just be the beginning of a very long and dark winter. I got to let you guys hear from somebody else. I'm starting to pile on. I'm starting to get a little bit too negative, and I told you I wasn't going to spend so much emotional capital and fuel here on this effort. So let's talk to Brian Baston from ontheforecheck.com. He stepped up into Analyst 1 role tonight. Sure to appreciate him doing that. So he's got one big stat, and he's got a little bit more analysis as well. From ontheforecheck.com, you can find him on Twitter at Brian Baston. He's got the charts you need to see, the numbers you need to know, and he's up right now.
Thanks a lot, Charlie. Unfortunately, Nashville suffered a 3-1 loss tonight to Colorado despite an excellent effort from UC Saros to drop to 12-13-4 on the season. But there was at least one bright spot, and it's been a player that has been stellar at even strength all season, even while the team is sliding. The Swedish Redwood Mattias Ekholm is the topic of tonight's one big stat. Tonight, with Ekholm on ice at 5-on-5, the team allowed 13 shot attempts against. However, the Predators blocked 8 of those and limited the Avalanche to just a single shot on goal with Ekholm on the ice. Only 7% of Colorado's attempts made it through to UC Saros, and he controlled shot quality on the ice. Nashville had 80% of all shot quality with Ekholm on. But tonight is an exception. It's becoming more the rule. Among 127 defensemen with at least 400 minutes of 5-on-5 time, Ekholm ranks 8th in the NHL in shot quality allowed per 60, 10th in goals against per 60 as well. One way to evaluate defense is the use of components of Evolving Wild's goals above replacement metric, or GAR. One category is even strength defense, where Mattias Ekholm is second among all NHL defensemen holding the ice. It's not all sunshine, however, and even Ekholm can't escape the struggles on special teams in Nashville. Despite having an incredible even strength defense metric, Ekholm has the sixth worst penalty killing defense in the NHL, dropping his overall rating from second at even strength to 37th when included penalty killing defense. Ekholm and the rest of the team need to fix special teams. It won't only benefit Ekholm, of course, but an improvement when shorthanded will just further confirm that Mattias Ekholm is earning every penny of his new 4-year $6.5 million deal. The return of Alexander Carrier should also spark something for Ekholm as well. Out of all defense pairs with at least 150 minutes at 5-on-5, Ekholm and Carrier rank first in the NHL at shot quality allowed, giving up just 1.56 expected goals per 60. And they contribute offensively not just to stifle opponents, but create offensive quality as well. Once again, Ekholm and Carrier are the best in the NHL in shot quality percentage, where the Predators hold a league best 65.2% shot quality share with Ekholm and Carrier on the ice. Mattias Ekholm, despite his poor penalty killing, is playing almost exactly to his contract's value. Evolving Wild shows that Ekholm's value sits at $6.3 million based on his GAR. Fix the penalty kill, and Ekholm will likely overperform his contract for the 10th time in his 12 career seasons. Overall, in that time, he's earned $33.5 million, but his value is over double that at $71.6 million. Ekholm has improved every season under John Hymes, and even with one phase of the game being below average, GM David Poile isn't having buyer's remorse when it comes to the Swedish associate captain, and that's tonight's one big stat. Charlie?
Stripe Digital Solutions is another great partner of the Renegades of Puck, and I sure do appreciate everything Stripe Digital Solutions does for us here in the trenches. Check out their work, stripedigitalsolutions.com, or online, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You see the crest that is on the jersey right here. You see the logo on the wall behind me. The website, renegadesofpuck.com. Our social media and brand building plan, all of that is managed by and through Stripe Digital Solutions. We could not succeed on any level in the current world the way it functions without a strong digital partner, and Stripe Digital Solutions is the strongest digital partner. I urge and encourage each and every one of you to reach out to Brandy and start the conversation today. I think that my website is fantastic. My logos, my graphics, I think everything is wonderful, and that is because I have visions and ideas, and then they are whittled down by Stripe Digital Solutions into something that actually is coherent and makes sense on the screen. They do incredible work, and I encourage each and every one of you, check out Stripe Digital Solutions today. And that was your box score right there. I don't think there's anything else to talk about as far as the numbers are concerned. I'm Crazy Charlie Saunier, captain of the Renegades of Puck. I'm also tired of the cold, tired of the dark, and tired of being landlocked. I'm also willing to bet that I'm not the only one who could use some sun, fun, and time in paradise with friends. That's exactly why I called our great friend Pete Weber. He told me, call Ships and Trips Travel, and now we're all going to Mexico. That's right, Renegades of Puck, July 15th to the 20th of 2023. Dreams Vallarta Resort in Puerto Vallarta is the destination to hang with Pete Weber in paradise. To join Pete and the Renegades of Puck in Puerto Vallarta, go to www.shipsandtripstravel.com. That's shipsandtripstravel.com, and just click on the ROP on vacation tab. Don't stay landlocked. Join the Renegades of Puck in paradise, July 15th to the 20th, 2023 in Puerto Vallarta. Pete Weber, the Renegades of Puck, and you. It's time to ditch those skates for flip-flops and fun in the sun. 6 games now, a 6-game losing streak. The dejected faces, the hung heads, the Nashville Predators continuously leaving, going through the tunnel, heading back to the locker room, getting changed, and heading on home with a loss to look in the mirror and reconsider things. But the only question I have to ask, and it's incredibly simple, and it is just this simple: where's the jam? Where is this team that was so physical last year? Where is this team that was so in everyone's faces and so ready to deliver the essence of no half-stepping that I know they didn't end in the top of the standings, but damn it, every night they came out to play. They were highly competitive, and they set a number of franchise records last year. Where is the jam from this team right now. They look like a team that has completely forgotten that identity. I don't hear the word identity preached anymore, and I don't know that anyone's listening to the locker room speeches at this point in time. Where's the jam? Where's the desperation? Where were the Nashville Predators in this game in the third period when they were down by 1 goal and they could only manage to generate 7 shots on goal for the entirety of the third period? How do they continuously carry the puck over the blue line down deep into the zone and not get a single scoring opportunity out of it? It's not about just wasting time out there with possession of the puck. It's about putting the puck on the net and ultimately into the net. Where is the jam? Where is the desperation? Where are the Nashville Predators? Why, when they are down by 1, are their heads hung so low and not looking up and trying to fight back? Why has this team seemingly broken again? Towards the end of the Peter Laviolette era, we saw exactly the same thing, and we're starting to see it recur again under John Hines. Why is this team underperforming to such a terrible level? Something is going on that we are simply not aware of. Something is going on behind the scenes. Something has changed with this team and this coaching staff and this front office, because right now the Nashville Predators don't look like they have an identity. They don't look like they have a plan, and they don't look like they have any jam. And until they get one of those things going in the right direction, they can't get anything going in the right direction. The Nashville Predators have to find a way. If you have to go out there and change the entire philosophy, the entire style, and try to muck it up against the Edmonton Oilers, then go do it. Do something. You have to have a plan going forward, and you have to start packing a big old pail full of jam for each and every game. It's all you can do, because if you don't, it's going to be a long next 52 games, because there's a lot of hockey left to play this season. For Brian Bass and each and every one of the Renegades of Puck, I am your host and captain, Crazy Charlie Saunier. Stick taps, love, respect.